Energized show, up the Irish.
Okay, what's going on, guys, and welcome to a brand new episode of Energized. Ross, introduce the guests, man.
Today we've got a Next Gen and Cage Warriors Manchester special. We have undefeated welterweight Mr. Adam Cullen. He hails from France. And we have undefeated featherweight Luke Riley. Lads, how are we doing?
Great, man. All good.
All good. Thanks for having us.
No, it's good to
Adam,
see you again,
how
lads.
far down the Cage Warriors roster, or how high up in the Cage Warriors roster are you going to go to find a Frenchman to beat?
It's getting embarrassing now, isn't it? Like, I think by default, I've got to be number one now. I'm just the number one man on Cage Warriors because can't get anyone in there with me. So going up to welterweight, probably after this one, all them will be scared of me. So middleweight, basically I'm going to have to fight Matt Bonner, aren't I?
Matt Bonner will be on Cage Warriors 147, by the way.
Oh,
He will indeed.
never
He
know.
will indeed. Tell us this, Adam. What I want to know is Francis Ngannou, Cyril Gane, Adam Cullen, like rank them top pound for pound fighters from France.
well, obviously me, number one. And then because Ngannou got the nod, didn't he, over Gane last time? So him number two. But we'll see if he wants to get it on for his number one spot. We'll have to see. On Cage Warriors, obviously, though.
Yeah,
That's
well,
a
of course,
Fight Pass exclusive here, Ross.
Yeah, you'll be moving up the heavyweight too to get that fight. Adam, how frustrating was it not being able to find a lightweight? Like, there's loads of lightweights out there, and not one of them would accept a call to fight you.
But it's just standard now, isn't it? Because they're all just shitbags. Like, I'm not being funny. Apart from me now, obviously, Figak's gone to the UFC. George has the belt. Who's the number one lightweight? Who's not got a belt to me, isn't it? Like, it's simple as. I don't get if you want to be in the sport and want to go to high levels and want to get to the UFC, I'm the man that you've got to fucking beat. Do you know what I mean? But people just don't want it. People are just padding the records. Now it's happening all the way through the Cage Warriors divisions. There's people who just want to pad the records, take easy fights, all that shit, and it's embarrassing. Do you know what I mean? But it's like I'm only fighting this kid because his opponent pulled out a welterweight. Like pure luck that I've got because no one wants it. I think I've had 7 people turn me down. Kids from Poland, other French kids, other people that were already on the card, and then when I got matched with someone else because they didn't want to with me. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, and it's similar enough for yourself as well, Luke. Like, we see Cage Warriors Manchester get announced. We see like your guy's face on the poster, and then obviously we reach out to you being like, "Who you fighting?" And it's like, haven't a clue, don't know yet.
Yeah. Fuck knows what's going on. It's just a fucking, like I said to you before earlier, lad, the rosters are a gang of fucking bitches, pussy clats, fucking.
The cards are there.
Yeah, belt was ringing me, lad. Yeah, lad, it's just a fucking gang of bitches, lad. It is what it is. Fucking. You can only beat who's put in front of yourself. This kid, the Thai butcher. Fucking. I'm gonna fuck him up.
For the people tuning in now, this fight, the two lads compete at Cage Warriors 146 this Saturday. Adam Cullen is on a 7-fight win streak, and Luke Riley's on an 8-fight win streak. Maybe, lads, you're going to have to probably fight each other, but this time in the Cage Warriors cage rather than in the Next Gen gym.
Might have to be done.
Fuck that Next Gen cage for me, lad. It's like the size of a 50p coin.
No escaping Adam in that one.
No.
Adam, do you think it's the guys from Next Gen's individual skill set? Do you think it's the reputation of the gym? Do you think it's a combination of everything, that why people find it so hard to get matched from Next Gen?
I think you just can't deny the performances, can you? If you're looking at lads from our gym, like, not only are we winning, we're literally stopping everyone. Like, and I think, like, we must be winning, like, 95% of our fights, like, across the gym. So, and obviously, like, the name comes with like, them in the UFC, but I think watching individual performances as well, people are fucking realising that, like, we're onto something different, we're the real deal in our gym, and you just don't want anything to do with it. Like, people just don't want hard fights, and it's simple as, but it's embarrassing.
Yeah, like another thing we were talking about as well was Luke Riley. You were meant to fight on one of the cards recently, and so was Nathan Fletcher. And your opponents just didn't arrive on the day to make weight. Like, Luke, when that happens, like, what sort of goes to your head?
to be fair, like, a lot of the times before fights, I sort of, like, it's not 100%, but in the back of my mind, if it, like, I'm already predicting, like, a pull-out, so when Rimmer rang, I was with Vent in the hotel, and when he rang the phone, you just know it's bad news, because he wasn't there, and then he rang the phone, I was like, he's pulled out, and then he said, it's just part of the fight game, lads, you've got to take it on the chin and move on. Obviously, it was fucking gutted, but where the Wales card was, like, 3 weeks after, I said to Ian straight away, I'll stay in the gym, just get me on this. And then I got on the Wales card and done what I done.
Yeah, Luke, I know that's obviously part of the fight game and you have to swallow as well, but tell us this, the sort of third wheel in the cog that's not here, Nathan Fletcher, I've seen him post on socials, he's had 10 people turn him down. Like, what is that like? Is he demoralized in the gym? Is he keeping his spirits high? How's Nathan doing with that?
Yeah, he's keeping himself in high spirits, but it's fucking honest to God, my heart breaks for him because he was unlucky with the London and he couldn't even fight on Wales because he was going away the next week and he's not fought since. It's going to be over a year's time since he's been in the cage, and it's just fucking, it's heartbreaking. That just, the people who have turned him down as well, it's not even like the names who have turned him down, it's just a fucking joke, to be honest. Like I said before, just a roster full of bitches, lad.
Baz, the last time I heard
I actually was one of them people that pulled out. I apologise. That's a fight past exclusive here, lads.
The last time I've heard of so many turndowns was the last time I was single in a nightclub, and that's fact.
Yeah, I know your pain.
Oh, stop.
Feel the pain.
But boys, obviously the gym is riding high at the moment. You know, like as we alluded to earlier, the reason for all these guys turning you down is because the gym is absolutely on fire. What's the atmosphere like these days? Obviously, you know, Molly's getting ready to go over to Madison Square Garden. Paddy's fighting again at the end of the year. What's the atmosphere like these days?
Everyone's just flying high at the minute. Like, obviously, we've just got huge fights coming up, like MSG. Like, there must be like a next-gen debut, wasn't it, in New York? Obviously, Paddy's on that Vegas card. It's a massive card. And, like, we're all just active at the minute, you know what I mean? And everyone's coming off big wins and that. So, the whole gym's just bouncing. Obviously, cameras in there all the time for them too. And, like, everyone on big win streaks. It's just sick. And it's good to be
on the Tuesday, how busy is it, Cullen, lad? Fucking,
oh, it's a joke. It's a joke, yeah. We literally have to split the sparring up because we can't fit any more people on that. People come from all over to get down to.
And will it ever do you think it might even get to a stage where you almost have to turn people away?
100%. We're getting
to that. That's already happening, to be honest.
Do you think you'll have to get a new facility?
Yeah, 1,000,000%. Maybe not. Maybe expand. I don't know. Fucking.
He was panicking hearing him say that now. Well, he was having a heart attack thinking about paying for a new facility.
Don't take your word on that, lad. Fucking.
Maybe some sponsor comes and builds a new next gen facility.
That's what we need. Yeah.
And Rimmer doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Lads, can you tell us who's going to be in the corners this weekend? Because obviously, you're fighting on the Saturday night, and so is Molly. So, like, there's certain people away with Molly. Who'll be in your corner this Saturday night?
In my corner, I've got Adam Benchley, Paddy the Baddy Pimblett,
Who?
And Ben Kelly. So a few of the lads, you know what I mean? I think Paddy will struggle to get to the cage with all the people asking for photos, won't he? He might just have to do it from like the walkway or something, but yeah, it'll be a bit of mayhem, I think, when he turns up.
We won't even be getting the high fives on the walkout, lad. They'll all be.
I know, yeah. Trying to reach over like that for the selfie. Yeah. Trying to walk down.
Who knows? Unfortunately, if things keep going the same way as they're going, you might have Nathan Fletcher in your corner as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully he gets a fight.
Yeah, fingers crossed, because like that'd be absolute heartbreaking for him, especially considering the way things are at the moment. He has a win over the current champ in that division as well, so like fingers crossed.
And the champ wants that fight, doesn't he? Martin Yoli's called for that fight over and over again, as he's saying he wants Nathan because of how Nathan dealt with him last time.
As far as I'm aware, last time I spoke to Nathan, I think there might have even been a text exchange between the two of them on Instagram. So yeah, that would be definitely an interesting one to watch back anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
I said after the Wooden and the Martin Yoni fight, like to Nathan in the gym, that make sure stocks go up so like make sure stocks go up crazy and shows you how fucking good you, do you know what I mean? Good you really are after he beat Wooden. So
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Adam, obviously, you know, you sort of alluded to it earlier. I want to touch back on it. How far away do you think you are from a title shot now at 155? Because at the end of the day, you have that undefeated streak. No one wants to match up against you. Like, do you think that title, you're on the cusp of that title shot?
I've got to be, haven't I, after this one? Like, I know with this guy, it's not like a contender or nothing, but that's not my fault. At the end of the day, I've said yes to all these contenders, and they've all said no. So I think realistically, let's have it right. That Bungard's fighting George Hardwick, and Hardwick's going to mufti him. Like, let's have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think anyone disagrees with that. Hardwick will batter him. And then to be fair to George, after that, he deserves to get signed, doesn't he?
Yeah,
I think he'll be like 11-1 with like 7 finishes or something. Like, fair play, he should be going. So then 2023, I think that's my time then, isn't it? I'll be fighting for the Cage Warriors title and I'll be the defending champion from then on. And then I'll just smoke everyone until I get signed.
If George does go to the UFC next, who do you think could be the other body standing across from him? Is there anyone in the lightweight division who you think is worthy of that shot?
It was especially who hasn't already turned me down. Like, who would you put in there with me?
Maybe Mehdi Benmack.
I'd smoke him.
Yeah, but he also adds that French element to it, so like it keeps the rivalry going.
Yeah, it could do, but yeah, he's not on my level, unfortunately. Like, I watched him on the weekend. He seems like a nice fella, and that's, you know what I mean. I've met him a few times in the hotels and that, but that lad wasn't up to much on the weekend, was he? And he struggled. He couldn't hang with me.
I think he'd only had like one fight in like the last 3 or 4 years, so I think it's good to have him back in the division anyway. He's a good name, so
he's entertaining, isn't he? He's got power. You can't deny that. He's got punching power.
Yeah. He gave out to me because I didn't understand why he wore that anime hat, which we found out about later stage, and I told him I wasn't a nerd in school, so like
yeah.
Up to him.
Shout out to Cage Warriors for having us over the weekend as well. I know we said it off air, but like, what an event. Yeah, fire on us.
And call him a nerd, Ross, and take his money off him. Take his lunch money off him.
Yeah, that's it. I'll stuff him in one of the lockers. Luke, obviously, you know, we saw Paul Hughes crowned as the featherweight champion. Like, it would be an absolute sin if he wasn't signed to the UFC after that fight. It was incredible.
Yeah.
What did you make of that fight, and where do you think that leaves the featherweight division?
Lad, it was a good fight. I'll be God's truthful. Hughes, he surprised me. I thought I had Vucenic gonna win that fight, and for props to Hughes, he executed the game plan and he looked very well. I think Vucenic's power I think once he felt Vucenic's power, it was he just walked through, and then it's like a bit like the Eglin fight. I felt the power from the first shot, and I was like, there's no shot you can hit me with that can faze me. And when that happens in the cage, like, you can just walk through someone, and I think that's what happened. Vucenic's just didn't. Just the power wasn't there to really put him on the back foot, and he just walked through him. But the featherweight division, it's a bit fucked up now, isn't it? So, does Hardwick fight Vucenic, or what happens now?
My personal opinion on it is Hardwick fights someone for the vacant belt, but I think Jordan's going to be out for a while. I think someone else is going to have to fight him.
He's not jumping in after that. That was a war, wasn't it?
That was such a war, lads.
Yeah, like there were so many moments like after that fight. Like I remember it was probably 2 o'clock in the morning. We were back at the Fighter Hotel, and like Jordan walked in, and the entire hotel like stopped and like clapped him over to the elevator as he went in. Like,
yeah, it's fair play to him.
That Facebook on Twitter was crazy. That the swelling in his eyes and
his eyes all closed. Like,
yeah. I don't know, to be honest, lad. I don't really care. I'm just doing my own thing, lad. You can featherweight division can do what the fuck they want. I'm doing my own thing, so.
They can all get it when their time comes, Luke.
Yeah, when I'm ready for the belt, lad, I'll make that club, and then I'll fight whoever's fucking got it, lad. Simple as that.
Baz, Charrier fights on Unplugged, so maybe if he wins, it'll be him versus Hardwick.
Charrier and Hardwick, maybe,
yeah.
Forgot about him.
Yeah. Or they could do a rematch with Hardwick and Pasquale.
Yeah.
Pasquale, yeah, he's in there. But I think
Charrier
is like
the
a
one he
ticket
fought in
seller.
Belfast.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was the draw. That was the
Yeah.
draw. So like,
From what I've seen Hardwick saying, no, he didn't sound too interested in a rematch of that. He was saying it was a draw, but that's a win for him, sort of thing. So I don't know.
no, well, like, that's the thing is things are going to be very, very interesting, lads. Like,
Yeah.
you know, what I mean, obviously you lads have to get the W this weekend, and then you know look beyond into 2023. Ian Dean was saying some events should be announced at the Unplugged event, Ross. I think.
Yeah, he did. So obviously you have this event Unplugged then the end of the year. So look, I expect another big year in 2023 from the next gen boys. You guys are flying that flag high and proud, and we're looking forward to it. So I think maybe we'll finish off with Adam. Give us a prediction. How do you get House out of here on this one?
Oh, I'm just gonna smoke him in every exchange. However he wants to go, I can see him getting like panicking and panic shooting on me or anything like that. But anywhere the fight goes, I'm gonna batter him. And less than 5 minutes, definitely.
And then what about yourself, Luke? How do you get rid of the toy butcher?
Oof, with a knee. That'd be a good one. Knocking a tie butcher out with a knee or like an elbow.
I'm game for it.
Yeah, one of Molly's specialties.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
how does Molly get the job done this weekend as well, lads?
People's elbow.
I don't know, fucking win. I've not really studied like her opponent, so is she jiu-jitsu? Is she?
She's a grappler. I reckon she'll knock her out. Second round.
Yeah,
People's elbow.
Molly knocked
Second
out.
round. Maybe not another elbow. She might be waiting for it. Maybe have to throw the other one this time. Spin the other way.
Yeah.
If you smell what Molly McCann is cooking. No, but guys, thanks a million for joining us. We really appreciate it. Can't wait to watch you guys fight over the weekend. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Fingers crossed our boy Fletch gets on the card as well. And, you know, it'll be a trifecta. But if you have been watching this on YouTube, make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification to make sure you see all the Energized content. If you're watching it on Fight Pass, hit a favorite. And as always, stay energized.
Energized show, up the Irish. Been sussing you guys a couple of times. I've seen a couple of clips. I think you've done some interviews with Dylan Moran and that I saw. So keep going, keep up the good work, guys.